Yeah, for those who haven't seen it before, the Pirates deck is basically the answer to the question, what if we gave the mono blue deck ways to kill things or interact with the board a little bit? This deck, also another problem it looks to solve coming from the mono blue deck is a lot of the mono blue deck's draws that don't involve the card Curious Obsession tend to leave a little bit to be desired because the card quality is low. Well, blue-black gets to play the card Thief of Sanity as an additional way to generate card advantage. So you have draws where you still run away with the game when your opponent can't check your creature. With Thief of Sanity, just like with Curious Obsession. Is it good? I think this deck's very reasonable. So for those that aren't familiar with Magic's paper tournament, Star City Games runs the largest independent tournament series in the world outside of Wizards Pro Tour. And their invitational is this weekend, which I'm qualified for. And I'm playing this Pirates deck in the standard portion, I'm pretty sure. Playing green-black elves for modern and playing the Pirates deck for standard. Sam's not amazing, but it's fine. When do you side in for Hostage Shaker? Against Drakes, mono red and red white. The aggressive decks, basically. I'm impressed. I think it's the first time I've seen any streamer with a ranking over Silver 4. You have to win a bunch to get past Silver 4. We won a big string of our last matches today. The green-red Dino Frenzy deck was awesome. Speaking of Drakes, looks like that, which is good. I want to play this matchup a little bit. So Fathom Fleet Captain is actually one of our better cards in a matchup like this because our flying creatures aren't really evasive because they have a lot of flying blockers. I think I want to lead on Thought Erasure here. I think I'm going to lead on Thought Erasure so that way I can play Fathom Fleet Captain with Dive Down up next turn. I'm going to take Crackling Drake. I'm going to bend the land. We just Kitesail the Bacon Bolt next turn, probably. Doesn't seem unreasonable. I don't want them to be able to double cast that. Have you played a Sarkhan's Unsealing deck? I have, and it's really clunky and awkward. 4 mana cards that don't impact the board leave a lot to be desired in Magic. That's an unfortunate draw for us. Oh, geez, they have Murmuring Mystic. This is probably really bad for us. I think the more stock builds of Drakes... Well, that's the thing about this format, right? Like, there aren't really 100% stock builds of a lot of the decks. The builds that have Murmuring Mystic are much harder for us than the builds that don't. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and concede this game. I think there's a good chance we're just dead at this point. I don't have removal spells in my main deck. I guess I could have waited to draw Thought Erasure there, but if I don't draw, like, exactly Thought Erasure there, the Murmuring Mystic's just going to destroy us. Alright, what am I doing? What am I doing? So I like to trim the opt in most matchups. I like the Thought Erasures. Hostage Taker is fine. Is Drake's a bad matchup? It's hard. Yes. Yes. Yes is to answer your question. Decks that have lots of flying creatures can be hard. Murmuring Mystic is extra hard. Like, normally Fathom Fleet Captain can run away with games in this matchup, but Murmuring Mystic makes that extra difficult. I wonder if Thief of Sanity is worth cutting in this matchup. I'm going to trim a couple of Lookouts Dispersal since I'm bringing in a bunch of removal and I'm leaving in all the discard. Poisoner's fine. Poisoner's actually more evasive than our flying threats because Poisoner can attack through their stuff. Actually going to trim Kitesail Freebooter because it just doesn't attack well. It puts me to 19 creatures. I like to stay at 20, so let's go to Dispersal. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, like, here's the thing, though, JW. You can't cut cards that are bad against removal in the removal matchups because, like, all your stuff is bad against removal. Like, your creature deck isn't blanking removal. You need to overload it. Does Jhin make this matchup better for removal? I have no idea. Genuinely don't know. I'd assume the 4x Lava Coil deck doesn't give a shit about your... Doesn't care about your Jhins. The deck with 4 Lava Coils and infinite ways to find them. I'm actually going to keep this hand because if we find a threat, it's very good. It's got like double Obsession plus a Dive Down to protect it. This deck doesn't run Warkite Marauder because it doesn't do anything against the best card in their deck against you, which is Murmuring Mystic, and you don't need Warkite Marauder to beat other cards. It's a very knee-jerky normal reaction from people that watch, where like you like hit a matchup, I say it's hard, and all of a sudden you like take your deck and throw it in the garbage and like make a bunch of changes to like make this one matchup better. And that's just like not how Magic works in a diverse format like this, right? Like there's way more than just Drakes in this format, and a lot of the Drake decks don't even play Murmuring Mystics. You don't even need extra help. I take one more draw to cantrip here. You have to play a draft? Nope, that's not happening. All right. All right, they have a lava coil. We're probably dead. If they don't have a lava coil, we're gonna be okay. Yeah, you can find my deck queue on my website. In fact, other people often donate in sheer bits to up other people's decks in the deck queue. Yeah, it's Magic sometimes. Onward, upward, backward, forward. In the words of the greatest poet of the generation, you have to just shake, shake, shake it off and move along to the next one sometimes. Yeah, like, if I know there's a land on top of my deck, waiting makes sense, but, like, every turn the opponent's deck gets with Goblin Electromancer in play is also scary. It, like, lets them combo off. Yeah, exactly, Goldhead. The Mystic is, like, isn't unheard of, but there's a lot of iterations of Drakes. Some of them play that card and some of them don't. Yeah, Harry's Razors are great. Is this the same Drake's person or a different one? Let's find out. Maybe they're just Kite Control. Is it the same OP? I really wish the ladder had like a cooldown time on how long it took to pair, or how long it waited to pair you. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take the Tormenting Voice here, because if they want to burn a lava coil on this freebooter, I'm okay with that. It is back. No, we'll be bearded for the Invitational this week. We're gonna clean up the neck beard though tonight before I fly in the morning. It's funny, something worth noting is that people often ask me, like, do you need to play 23 lands? Do you need to play this Memorial to Folly? This is the 23rd land in my deck, so, like, there's a lot of hands that are just, like, keepable because you have more mana in your deck. Would you play that differently if you didn't have more freebooters? No, I don't think so. Because, like, I'd much rather, like, freebooter's a much better target for me to, like, have get killed than, like, a higher impact card, right? I think I'm just gonna play the Captain out here too. Just want to like hope to fade a Drake for a turn here. Need to like get actual pressure into play. If you would like to make suggestions for cards we should play in the deck, please follow the stream rules. If you're not familiar with the stream rules, I'd encourage you to read those as opposed to just clicking past them. Please and thank you. Be constructive, be specific. The Arena with the sounds are one of the best things about Arena. They are fantastic. It's an actual video game. They're not like Moto sounds. They just like clunk through and you're like, what are we doing with our lives? I mean, the GP promo exists. Is there more discussion past that? Okie-doke. Down to 8 here. Hostage Taker's like what we're looking for at this point, but I don't actually have like lands to play a Hostage Taker, which sucks. I think I'm actually just like leaving these back to double block here because I'm losing this race. Nah, you shouldn't try and metagame in this format. I think, and especially because like the Invitational is a dual format tournament, right? Like there's gonna be people playing a lot of everything. Nothing in this format is that much better than anything else. Really looking for blue sources. Feels so bad. Well, at least their hand is poop too. Yep. Yep. If we had hit a blue source there, we'd have been in such a good spot, so we'd have been able to dispersal this. Probably dead here. Maybe if they continue breaking off, but it's pretty unlikely. This is a real easy block. Shock me. Woof. Well, at least their Phoenix isn't super close to coming back into play. I'm gonna say that now, and like next turn there's gonna be like radical idea, discard this one, chain cantrips, put 2 birds into play and kill me. Yep. No, I think you need to just disengage, Mikey, and not be just like super results based. Like, we have 17 blue sources in our deck and like got through how many turns there without a second blue source, like looked at so many extra cards. Like, your mana's not always going to work. You can make infinite changes to your deck and your mana's not always going to work. That's just how Magic works, right? Like, that's why best of 1 is Rancid. Because there's always going to be some amount of games where, like, you just don't get to play Magic. This hand doesn't really have a good way to generate card advantage. Like any Curious Obsession or Fleetfoot Captain. Fathom Fleet Captain's pretty good. He's dead, Jim. All right, that's the part where we never draw another creature and die. This card might not be good enough here. I've got this card in my sideboard theoretically for like the Angels matchup, but it might just be a trap and just not good enough. I mean, I guess it technically kills that, right? Hey, Pengu Power, thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. All right, I mean, that stops the Drake. We got that going for us. No cards for you. Try again later. It's not bad. Picking apart their threats here. That is a buck ton of removal. So I think I take their shock here because it's their proactive answer. What about Price of Fame if you want something against Angels? Yeah, I've tried that card too. The Vicious Offering is just a little bit more flexible because you get to bring it in against other things and like, you know, like Price of Fame versus that there, right? For instance. In Pirates, do we have anything that Coils kills that Shock doesn't? Yes, Hostage Taker. Fits that, that description. Maybe I'm supposed to wait a turn here. Yeah, if I draw Hostage Taker, I should have waited on that. All right, well, not punished at least. I think I'm gonna go ahead and protect this if they try and kill it. I guess they have 2 blockers anyways. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this die because they have 2 blockers anyways. No, Mel. So after a spell resolves, the person whose turn it is immediately gets priority. Also, the Radical Idea is an instant, which means even if they didn't get priority, they could just respond to my removal spell by casting their instant. So if they don't have a Shock or a Lava Coil here, we'll be in a decent spot. They only have 2 cards in their hand, so we could be okay. So they'll get to Beacon Bolt this, and then if they have a Shock, they can kill this in response. Vivian's probably more important than Doom Whisperer. There's a number of green-black builds that don't even play that card. They had Lava Coil in their hand, so I get to attack with this next turn, but it's just gonna die after they block it, which is unfortunate. So this is dead to Beacon Bolt here. Also dead to Lava Coil, yep. All right, that's nice. 2 threats for the price of 1. So they get to Bacon Bolt 1, but we get to play the other. Hostage Taker is a card that's been really impressive for me. And like I said, like this is a good example why I like this deck a lot. Like I think this matchup's very hard for us, but like we're sitting here playing a game of Magic, right? We're by no means like just dead. Yep. That's the thing that really appeals to me about the standard format is the standard format just has a lot of good games. Like even the matches that are hard, like you still have playing. You can find my deck list on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. Alternatively, you can also type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. I'm gonna play the Dire Fleet Poisoner at end of turn here. There's really no reason not to. Just want to get my clock going as fast as possible. No, you're fine. No need to apologize. A lot of people don't have things like that accessible, so it's not surprising to me when people don't know to look for it. We try to stay pretty organized around here. Sure. Another removal spell? Oh, baby. All right, draw a brick. Draw a brick. Come on. Come on. Give me a brick. 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 Come on. Ah! Oh, magic. It's like the only thing in our deck that Fiery Cannonade could kill. Just like drew 2 cannonades against the... They boarded in 2 cannonades against the pirate deck, and we just like happened to have the cards that could kill both times. All right. It's just how it goes sometimes, chat. And then Runner Phoenix. Yep, that's just how, you know, reads within margins. Yeah. Oh, magic. Arena is so tilted that it crashed, so let's reload it real quick here. Arena was tilted for us. I don't play Singleton on stream usually. Singleton is not a format that I usually play on stream. I just play standard and modern. Yeah, the BBE art is really beautiful. Diogenic, if you are still watching, you are now unbanned. I saw your tweet. That's not bad. Sand's a good example of why I like Opt, right? Opt is just like, it's a little bit of everything. Is it really the same person the third time? I'm probably gonna be done playing after this. If it's, I think you're right, that is the same person. I like how Arena even took the time to crash and we still queued into the same person. Thanks. Yeah, discard into Thief is real good, especially on the play. Well, they don't have red mana either. Whenever I'm supposed to take their Opt there, there's a chance I'm supposed to take their Opt there. I didn't notice they didn't have red mana. I just like snapped off the shock. I guess this is better still, because like now they need to draw red mana and a removal spell, as opposed to just red mana. Checking out their options over here. We even have Hostage Shaker to clean off the thing afterwards here. Yes, please. So you want to draw the card off of your deck before you use your Thief of Sanity trigger, because what we draw off of our deck might impact what we want to take from them. Yoink. Thief connecting is so good. Oh, this stupid bug. So remember, even if they kill our Thief here, we can still cast this Lava Coil. Next turn, this game's just going to be a runaway here, it looks like. Next turn, we'll get to go Lava Coil into attack, make a Fathom Fleet Captain token. What was that bug? It like randomly puts your cards in your hand in a row with all the things you have in play in a really annoying manner. Goodbye, friend. That's kind of a good point, Seor. I think you're correct about that. It's better to go in on this basket as opposed to this one. We're not getting punished for it, but I think I agree with your assessment. It would also protect the Thief of Sanity from being shockable, which would be nice. They can't trade with Fathom Fleet Captain because he's very menacing. Again, want to make sure we draw the card off our deck before we take a look at theirs. Go ahead and kill this. Just played a best of 1 with Amulet. Opponent conceded with 12 turns on the stack and 5 cards in deck. That's great, PC. Alright. 1 hostage, please. Yeah, I feel like these games are convincing me that I don't want these vicious offerings. I'm gonna bring them in one more time just to confirm, but I feel like with 4 hostage taker, I might just not need this effect against angels. Might just like play a 3rd cast down. Maybe play like 3rd cast down 1 Price of Fame is probably right. Yeah, and that was that hand. So like you have matches where you struggle, but this deck has run away with the game, kill you draws, right? Like that's what that game was. Like that game wasn't particularly close. We just like curved out, we disrupted our opponent, we ran them down with an aggressive draw generating card advantage. Yeah, I think this deck's very good. This is my number 1 choice for the Invitational this weekend for the standard portion. Now, favorable wins is a card that isn't individually particularly powerful, which is pretty important. You want your cards to be like good on their own on average. When should we use Opt in this deck? Game 1. You pretty much, so here's the idea of Opt. A lot of people don't understand a card that you always board out. So basically, Game 1, different parts of your deck are better or worse depending on what you're playing against. And Opt basically gives you more copies of everything in your deck. Hey, Munch, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Swords, happy 6 months. Brian, thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. Whereas post-board, you replace Opt with cards that you almost always want. Yeah, Lookout's Dispersal is actually looking pretty good here, right? Maybe I'm wrong to cut Dispersal in this matchup. Actually, I need to sit down and think about how I'm sideboarding in this matchup. And that's one of the things, like, people are like, is this the exact list I'm playing this weekend? And my answer so far is like, I think so, but I haven't actually like sat down since I've made the last set of changes and gone like, okay, against Drakes, I want to board these cards and cut these cards. I need to kind of do that and go through all the details. This seems fine for me. Wait, what? Did the Curious someone should clip that? Did the Curious Obsession smacked the Electromancer and then did a dance? Okay. Okay. Obsession getting frisky. You have another one? Rude. It's fine, I have more of these too. Watching YouTube streams for over a year now. It's being Australian means I never get to catch you live. I love how you explain the plays in detail and it's helped me understanding decks. Hey, what's going on, Sooj? Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for dropping into a live one. How much for me to play Elves tonight? I'm not sure that I can stay on and play Elves, Mikey. I haven't packed yet, and like my flight leaves at 6 a.m. tomorrow, which means well, we need to draw a removal spell real bad. If we draw a removal spell here, we can probably run away with the game. We did not. Sure. It's aggressive. Poisoner only gives pirates. Only makes pirates bigger. Do they have double shock is the question. Do they have triple shock potentially? Because I'd like to get in with just one of these, right? It's been a wonderful ride. May your voice forever be used for democracy and common sense. What's going on, Bolo? Thanks for the 6 months. Welcome back. I wonder if they're going to chump here. They chumped last time. We could die here. This is a 6. This is 6 in the air. Need to hit a removal spell here sooner rather than later. We're dead to any instant here. Why didn't they attack? Wonder if that was a misclick. Wonder if that was a misclick. Hey, Jay Shepard, thanks for the 11 months. 1 more month, that is true. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I think that past turn might have been a misclick on the opponent's part. Really? Alright, we're dead. It would have been sweet if we drew Poisoner there and then got to attack with both and like double and kill them. Cutting Dispersal might be wrong. These Vicious Offerings have kind of been poop. I'm gonna cut them. I think I want a 3rd cast down. Seems pretty good on the plate. Needs to draw a 3rd land, but I guess to go Kitesail into. Would Disdainful Stroke be good for Crackling Drake? No, I think that's pretty narrow. Like, I'm not even sure I want all of my 2 mana counters in my deck, so like... I still get to look at your hands here. So, if we had a land for this Thief of Sanity, that would be great. They're gonna Tormenting Voice Stitch this Phoenix. Oh, Chart, of course, sure. Interesting. Fantastic. Yeah, I think I just try and jam here. This is gonna be our best possible chance to stick this. There's no guarantee that I hit a 4th land next turn. Like, if I had a 4th land lined up in my hand already, I might play a turn behind. Maybe I'm just supposed to be more conservative here. There's a chance I'm just supposed to be more conservative there. I'm testing Demir Mill. I never say yes or no without looking at a deck list. So the submission form on my website is how you get my approval for a deck. So feel free to submit anything you might want to see played through there. So this needs a non-token pirate in play for its effect to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Just potentially get set up to race here. Because, like, these have Menace and this has Death Touch, which is, like, kind of, like, unblockable in this matchup. This is only a 3... These are only 3/4s right now, so I kind of want to wait a hot second before I do anything. Hopefully they leave both of these back to, like, leave these at home, and then I get to get them with Poisoner here. Yeah, this is going to be great. Hadouken! Combo! That one. Give him Death Touch. Boop, boop, boop. Activated my trap card, opponent. Activated my trap card. Land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Really need an untapped land here so we can hostage taker this with dive down up. Really need an untapped land. Really need an untapped land. Alright, I just have to hope they don't have a thing. Very confident I just have to hope they don't have a thing here. If we get lava coiled, we get lava coiled. They've played 1 coil already. Gonna get lava coiled and die here. Deacon Bolt, sure, yep. Yep. Yeah, why can't they draw Cannonade this game, right? Instead they drew Cannonade last game. The last match when it was good. Turn behind. The fact that these are Menace might let us steal this game. I might dive down to save one of my things here. Like, the mixture of Death Touch and Menace is, like, really good here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna Thought Erasure them, and then play the Fathom Fleet Captain. This is why Dive Down is so good. Like, it's just so flexible. This Curious Obsession actually doesn't matter, right? They're like dead next turn or they're not. So I would just like rather bottom this to try and get a removal spell. They need a removal spell here. Bottom, 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 bottoms up, bottoms up. Ship it. Ship it. Bottoms up. Brick, 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 brick. God, we've hit such the bad end of beats. Oh, it's been so rough. Oh, the trouble I've seen. I'm sure we're dead. Their deck's full of instants and sorceries. And the off chance they have 2 lands in their hand, we win the game. If they just have a creature here, we win with a removal spell. Just every fucking time. Alright, I'm done for the day. We played the same person 3 times. We got a little bit unlucky all 3 times, so that's gonna be a wrap for me. Thanks for hanging out, folks. I appreciate it. I'll catch all of y'all around later. Later means much later. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm leaving for the Invitational tomorrow morning on an airplane about 6 a.m. And I will be back Tuesday. I think I'm going to be able to stream Monday from somewhere in Roanoke while I'm waiting to come home. So hopefully I'll be live on Monday, but I'll be back Tuesday, a week, 6 days from now with some more standard arena. So catch all y'all later, everybody. Have a good one. Hopefully we're in a little bit better than that match there. Those matches there.